Welcome to the Footy Museum and the Footy Museum podcast. I am recently promoted co-director of the Footy Museum.
Promoted from what?
Co-director. No, I'm co-director, and I'm with my other.
Capital C.
I'm with the other co-director, Maria Van Dyke and Lee, with whom we oversee the massive Footy Museum empire. Thousands of people.
It's one of the world's biggest franchises.
How do you find time?
It's difficult,
Yeah, it's hard.
but I make sacrifices.
Yeah. How do you find self-care time? That's what today's how it's two high level football executives in the global world of football. How do you find time for Maria?
Sometimes it's just about unplugging.
Oh, nice. Okay. You go to your cabin in the woods and
Yeah.
just chop wood or macrame. No, not a big fan of macrame.
I make candles. I make sand candles.
Oh, is that why you always give Olivia and I sand candles?
That is why they're my mental health sand
Oh,
candles.
thanks. I'm so nice to burn through your mental health. You know what I do sometimes is I make lists.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we're here for today, to continue our end of the year survey.
So let's light a sand candle.
Click, click, whoosh. Oh, it smells so good.
It's unscented. I have an allergy.
I do find it weird that you unwind making sand candles when you have such a severe allergy to candle.
To sand?
Well, to sand, wicks, flame, and
light.
And light.
That's why I live here in Illinois. I almost said Michigan, but in Illinois.
But we are here to make a list. We are finishing up the year listing some of the best designs and aspects of global football. Last week we talked about kits, which was super fun. Last week we talked about crests. This current week, we're talking about kits, and it should be exciting. And so we're going to do best and worst. How are we going to start this? Well, how did you start it?
For me, this was a little harder than the crests.
Really?
And I'm not exactly sure why, but I think it's because, one, there's much more. Because everybody
There's a lot more.
There's more content to get through.
Because everyone changes their kits every year.
Yeah. And so what I kind of tried to do was think about it. I went through by league a little bit. And I was like, okay, what's my top and bottom from MLS, NWSL, Premier League? But then I was like, well, that doesn't feel like it's really covering the bases. So let's just look for the best one ever.
Oh.
Let's just look for the highest fashion, runway ready.
Oh, and that's what we're starting with? That's
Call
what you're starting
it
with?
Anna Wintour from Vogue. Let's get into it.
You're starting the best one?
Yeah,
So we're
let's do
about
it.
to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what that is.
Fashion, baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Pure fashion. It's just,
I do love high fashion kits.
it looks like silk, you know?
Well, it helps when they show them on models too.
Yeah, it does. It's just a fashion shoot.
So whose kit are we looking at
We're
here?
looking at Athens, Caletheia. Is that how you pronounce that team? I don't even know.
At the Footy Museum, we've always pronounced it that
that's-
way. So Athens, yeah.
Yeah. And this is a second-tier Greek team.
Mm-hmm.
But they recently acquired the brand director from Venezia.
Oh.
Yeah, he came to this team, and he did the same thing with them, worked with the same design company, fashion house.
Oh, my gosh. And it shows.
And it shows, and it's just pure gold, literally.
Which one do you like better?
So this is the third and the away, and if I had to pick, I would wear the away, which is the blue
Yes.
with the horizontal pinstripe and the
OC.
orange
Yeah.
polo collar. But then I also have here.
And the details on the sleeve. Nice.
Oh, it's nice.
And
it's
the fabric looks just quality.
It can't be polyester.
It looks
can
so
it?
sulky though on that model. Like, do you have to be that sulky wearing this?
Oh, I
Like-
usually am, so it would work for me.
That's me getting ready to wear that kit. For those listening, I am making a very skilled model-esque sulky face.
Is that what that was? It just looks like you have to sneeze again.
if you're not watching, you're really missing out. Let's do it one more time. Maybe
Okay.
the sound of it will come through.
It's blue steel.
It's blue. It's blue steel.
Blue steel. But then also here's their, oh no, this is their away. The blue one is their home. Sorry, I misspoke. here's them in action.
Heavy duty Venezia vibes on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it the light, very thin pinstripe in gold on white? But the font here, the very classy, like editorial numbers is and they're light and they're lovely and they're classy and elegant. And what I particularly like is that the pinstripe isn't broken up by the numbers on the back, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves is when there's a design on the back and they break
Just leave
it,
a blank spot.
break it with the number. I don't like that. And right here, they have that beautiful.
But also they're considering, some teams don't consider the sponsorship as part of the design. So here I feel like it's higher up than normal.
Yeah.
So the way it rides across just below the neck is nice.
It's
and
nice
then the
for wearing
gold.
too.
So and it's a good brand logo.
Well, that's the that
Design.
is actually the National Museum of Contemporary Art, Athens.
What?
They're the sponsor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now I know where I'm going to send a resume next week.
It's nice.
I'm like, I need to work there because we work in contemporary art and we're connected with football with our global empire of the Footy Museum.
Yeah. So this is just gorge. This was my top. Because if I had to pick, I would get that blue one. With the
Wow.
orange
So
top.
we just started bang, bang
I
right
know,
off the top. All right.
but
Where we're
we
going
got
now?
that out of the way. High
Okay.
fashion out of the way. Oh, so nice. Now we're going to the one I'm wearing.
Oh,
I came in with this one today.
a little snort there. A little excited.
I couldn't help but put these guys on the list because not only is this, in my personal opinion, one of the best releases of the year, is the Leeds United kits, home and away. This has made it onto lists. It is on lists.
Yeah.
The people agree.
What kind of list?
Like top lists.
Like these are jerseys of Leeds United.
Like top kits of the
Best
year,
kits of the year.
globally
Okay.
lists.
Okay.
So just a little shout out there. Wanted to include them.
Yeah, I do like.
And then
yes.
we would be remiss if we didn't talk about this batch.
The women's World Cup kits were dynamite.
Yeah, the Adidas.
Adidas. I should clarify.
I was all across the board strong. The coral one from Spain was a little bit different from the others, but I think they really went for something, and I think within the group, it fits.
Within the group.
Yeah, within the group. If it was a one-off, it'd be like, what's that? But since there's this group, I think as an editorial grouping, it makes sense.
And within that, for me, it's Sweden, Japan, Colombia are definitely my favorites.
Well, I was going to pick my favorite. I was just pointing out Spain is kind of the oddball.
Okay.
But I picked
yeah.
Sweden, and this wasn't just because for nostalgic vacation reasons this year. I really do think if I was
you've been to Sweden.
I don't talk about it that much, do I? I haven't brought
Did you
it
have
up.
a chance to see the Northern Lights?
Yeah, I think we caught a glimpse. Yeah,
It's hard to tell. He did so much.
Yeah, we really.
It's a great kit.
I should probably talk about it more. Which I don't talk about it.
When I was in Sweden. So yes, this is a great choice.
So yeah, if I was going to purchase one of these from the collection, it would be this one. And I think the one that I really, really love that I wouldn't purchase just because it's not my personal taste, but I think it's a great design is the Japan one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I never saw that image of it floating above Mount Fuji. It's pretty wild. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that you said yours were also Sweden and Japan for that group.
I really liked the Sweden, Japan, and Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia was also
The
very
Colombia one on the players.
That's the one that
The way the colors moved on the players was really dynamite, and I loved watching them in the World Cup as well.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that was great.
And their yellow crest really pops on that purplish ground.
Yeah, that was well done. All right, now
Yeah.
what else do we got? Yes, MLS. Okay.
MLS.
I surprised
Major
myself
League
when I was
Soccer.
going through these and picking my top. And my top is really just based on instinct, intuition, what would I buy? And I chose Philadelphia Union.
Okay. Yeah, remember when we previewed the MLS kits, you highlighted this one. It's not my favorite.
I think it reminds me of Toy Story clouds.
And when I see it, I see like Japanese screen print, screen painting cloud. But this is one where the logo really ruins it for me.
Oh, yeah.
The Thomas.
Thomas is a little weird, but I like that they reduced the whole shield to just the snake on this one.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of fun.
So if you're our Philadelphia union fan and work in the front office. If someone's emailing you about participating in an exhibit, please respond. You can just say no, but just respond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're real. We're real
We're
people.
real. Yeah.
And we are museum professionals.
We are museum professionals. It may not seem like it, but we actually do this for a living.
Yeah.
And we've reached out several times and we get nothing. And anyway, yes.
And it's a brick and mortar museum too, not our professionalism.
Yes. No, where we work is in an actual
Not just a
schedule in an institution that in the summer has hundreds of thousands of visitors. I'm not joking.
respond to our emails.
Oh, anyway, go on.
Anyways, okay, and then so that's my top. If I had to pick from MLS, it's this one.
Yes.
Which surprised me. Yeah, and this is what I would not ever wear. I would never put this on my body.
Guy Fieri presents
I'm so sorry.
FC Dallas.
FC Dallas. And this is, I know it's based on like their history of being Dallas Burn or whatever, but I don't like it.
Boy. Oh boy. It's like a uniform at like a poorly conceived steakhouse.
Yeah, it reminds me of TGI Fridays or something. Yeah.
It would be better if it was sponsored by the UT Southwestern Burn Ward.
Oh. Okay.
Because it has flames on it.
Uh-huh.
But it's just boring. It's like they threw flames on a generic kit. You know what I mean? It's like white with the stripes. Yes. Move on. Moving on.
Okay. Yeah. Top NWSL.
Oh, yes.
If only they had had a better season.
I forgot this
Chicago
one.
Red Stars. It's great. Also, the
Hey,
styling.
Chicago, we're holding up the bottom of both leagues.
This photo shoot was fantastic. It's aspiring, really. I need some red/orange track pants.
Well, if Gotham FC is any example, we could very easily win it all next year.
It'll be fine.
And I can't wait to see what they come up for next season because this is a fantastic kit.
It's so good.
Yeah.
All right. And my worst from NWSL. Ooh. Sorry, not sorry. Ooh. Angel City would never, ever just...
Not enough contrast in that map, people.
Wear it.
Just looks like a stain.
Yeah, that's just...
And the pink, I know they're trying to do that LA pink, but on that gray. No.
I'm sorry. I know.
Which is too bad because there's so much style around that team. Great supporter culture.
And they've had great kits in the past, right?
Yep. Oh, well.
Cool logo.
Not a good year for LA. Oh, too soon. Oh, boy. All right. Yes, and the Humanoid 2000 uniform.
Every time I see it, I'm like,
This looks like the mannequin I saw at Lululemon last night. They only use this color.
Why were you
this
at
color
Lululemon?
range. I wasn't. We were downtown. We had visitors in town. They always like to go walk up and down Michigan Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Christmas, and we were in. Yeah. It's cold,
mm-hmm.
So that's why on the main shopping district in Chicago, Michigan Avenue, there's a lot of indoor shopping malls, and we stopped into one, and
it was a Lululemon.
We walked by a Lululemon, and I commented on two things: all the taupes, and all the mannequins were barefoot, which grossed me out.
Why they have plastic feet?
As my daughter says, like, put your dogs away. No one wants to see your dogs. Like, it's not LA, people. All right.
Okay.
That's my third LA burn.
All right.
Minutes. Okay.
That's we didn't even say it's Tottenham. It's Tottenham's
sorry. We're
third
looking
kit.
at Tottenham's third kit.
It's so.
Describe the intricate details of this kit. There's so much going on.
The color of a bruise.
It looks like a team from like a former Soviet Republic national team where they no longer had access to colored dye.
The color of no trophies.
Yes. Oh
boy.
Okay.
And this also surprised me. My favorite from the Premier League.
Yes.
Man United.
That is a great kit.
I think I've heard this one's divisive, but I think if you like it, you like it.
So explain to our listeners which one it is.
It's what is this? This is their away kit it's green primarily, stripes.
But a very dark green.
Very dark, very,
black.
very dark green. And it has white stripes breaking up the green with a red pinstripe down the center of the white stripe.
And then it has the long sleeve version has different width.
Yeah, which is
stripes,
cool.
which kind of continue from the shoulder down.
Mm-hmm. Adidas.
It's a nice
type.
I agree. It is. This is and definitely of theirs, but it's up there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is that it?
I think that's it.
Excellent. Well, I did my structure more like we did last week. So starting with worst, third worst to the worst, and then same with best. So starting off,
Parliament.
Barnsley, who we've talked about in the past, decided to go all 1990s America this year's kit.
Cigarettes.
And I just think this is, so what we're looking at is a red kit where the front has a fade from white to red to the top with a white collar, and then a center badge, which is always hard. But then just to make sure everyone knows where the player's nipples are, on either side of that center badge are two large stars.
That are squished.
That are squished stars that finish kind of a circle of stars that goes up under the neck.
Ooh.
And then below the center badge is a center puma. And then the sponsor, which I'm wondering is if the sponsor is actually behind the design of this kit, because it is U.S. Mobile. Mobile. I don't know. I don't think that's the cell phone company by the logo, but it's an American kind of eagle with a very American style flag crest in it. Just a lot going on here.
Yeah, that's.
And this is
difficult to wear.
This is my third worst.
Difficult to pull off.
Now my second worst might be a little controversial.
Okay.
So this is a Serie D club. So it is a lower level, almost amateur level club in Italy. They recently rebranded and redid their crest, and they also partnered with a fashion house, which is kind of
I like this Italian like lower level clubs doing these fashion house type things.
It's smart.
Yeah.
And so what they did, this is a purple kit, and it has an all over print that is then highlighted in full across the chest. And it's unusual because the image across the center is a recreation of a painting of the Battle of Ponte Milvia. Don't know much else about that, but it's a pretty intense painting. And I don't know. I came down the side that it's a bit much and also kind of strange to have a gruesome battle scene.
Should we be comparing sports to war in this way?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, there's just that undercurrent with it, also with Italian high fashion, but also the kind of that we talked about last week with speed. So what do you think about this? Because this was on many people's lists as one of the best.
Oh, I don't
It's bold.
I don't like war.
But also the writhing figures all over is kind of I don't like the pattern that it makes. Because I should mention behind that central image, the purple part of the kit is again that image kind of repeated, but then more translucent with a purple mask over it, I would say.
I think question number one is the wear test. Would I wear a painting like this across my chest? No.
You want to think about it?
Nah.
Well, and also what was interesting with this, the ad campaign featured all models dressed in like ancient warrior gear. It was kind of like a real LARPing thing. So anyway, okay. So that is my number 2. And that is a Boreala is the name of the team. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm not a huge fan of I'm not a fan. I just don't follow the 5th tier of A, B, C, D, the 4th tier of Italian soccer. And then my worst kit of 2023 is this back to school kit by the Indonesian amateur side, Bola Satukan Kita. And what it is they took what I imagine is Indonesian school children uniforms, which consist of a collared white shirt, red tie, red pants, and translated that into a kit. So
for grown men,
the jersey and women, both. So the jersey and the front center has a printed down the center fake collar and red tie with the badge on one side. sponsor on the other. And then before the bottom of the kit, they have a fake belt in black, and the rest of the jersey is red to blend in with the red shorts. So it looks like they're wearing kind of like Santa shorts. And I should mention the collars as
like
depicted are very wide.
Giant Peter Pan collar.
Yes. And because that bottom part of the jersey is the same color as the shorts, the way it flares up is weird. And you think there's like some weird fold in their pants. So I hate to pick on an amateur side, but this was my
I
worst.
question the motivations.
Yeah. Well, to get a lot of attention, maybe.
Maybe.
It's very Christmassy.
Is it a Christmas league?
I don't know. I feel bad for these players. And then I had some shout outs for worst.
Woohoo.
Worst of the year. It was a bad year for yellow and black kits in the world of soccer. These are 3 English clubs. 2 English clubs, and then obviously a large German club. We have currently from the Championship, a team that's often in the Premier League, Watford, with yellow and black diagonals and kind of almost like a streak tire marks in black over the yellow. And their large sponsor, Mr. Q. Is this a QAnon thing? I don't know. What is Mr. Q?
MrQ.com. Have you tried going there?
No, I have not. So ineffective as well. And then Bournemouth with a yellow kit, question mark? Also, like, what?
Is it their third?
Are they like the unripe cherries now? What is going on? Ooh, hey. Yellow and black. One side yellow, one side black. Again with a streaky kind of road burn. And then Borussia Dortmund has one. I don't even know what's going on with
it. It
this
looks
one.
like it's supposed to be some sort of picture, like
Of a
the
stadium,
top of
edge of the stadium,
or like
maybe? A boat?
a power line.
I don't know. But in this case, 1 and 1 equals ugly. And I say 1 and 1 because that's their logo on there. Okay.
No, 1 plus 1. Okay.
And then also, I want to give a shout out to Liverpool's third kit this year, which looks like a early generation MLS kit.
Yeah, it
Probably
looks like
worn
some of
by,
the ones that happened this year.
It looks like the New England Revolution, but in red. It is just a white with black ringer around the sleeves and neck, and then
That's not great.
green generic hospital lobby abstract square pattern.
It's too bad because their red one was pretty good this year.
Yeah, this one is so honorable mention for
worst.
bad. Okay, now
It's not great.
we enter the best. So Roma is my third best. I think it's just very simple and clean and used like the accent lines very well. Obviously, this is the version without sponsor on it, but it has the great wolf head from Roma. On one side, Adidas.
Adidas
Adidas
winner
is
of the
so
year.
good with the trim
Yeah.
and kind of that little highlight line that is on the back edge and comes up on the slit. Really does a lot. And then I like how this also switched from that thick line to the thin lines around the collar and the sleeves. So that is my third best.
Adidas really has the advantage there with the oh yeah.
And then second best, we
More
kind of
high
touched on
fashion.
this high fashion. Venezia, all 3 of their kits, just very stylish. I don't know if I could pull these off. These are like very stylish. We have the black. I chose the long sleeve ones here because I think they look cooler.
Yeah,
The black
they're so cool.
with a gold collar, golden crest on one side, info, blank on the other side, and then the appearance of a zipper. Even though it's not a zipper.
It
and
looks like a
underneath
bomber jacket.
is the red and green, which is also then picked up in the cuffs. Yeah, and it has got a little bagginess to it, kind of a throwback there, which I think is really aimed at the consumer market. You know, I think it is
they're playing
incredibly
with proportion
stylish.
in a nice way.
The white kit also got the same cut, but this time white, beautiful cut, and then with the nice gold Venezia, the crest and sponsor, and then the red and green stripe across the belly region, I would say, and then also on the collar. And then I think this is their third kit, right? The other one. Maybe my favorite, which is the red, green, and black stripes, thin stripes, and then just a little bit of gold on the bottom right, and then white crest and sponsor.
What's so nice about this is that what you don't see in a lot of other teams is the brand consistency from one kit to the next.
Yes.
So like Liverpool, they have
It's-
just the beautiful red,
right.
and then they go to like Midwest healthcare, regional
Mhm.
healthcare provider, like
Yeah. It just doesn't
website.
matter. Yeah.
But here it's like, yes, okay, same color palette across all three,
Mhm.
playing with proportion, playing with size of stripes, playing with number of stripes across all three, direction of stripes, everything. Yeah, it just works
Well,
together.
it's clearly that they work with designers,
Yeah.
like this is like this year's line. They think of
Yeah.
it as like a line. And I wish that trend would come over to the US, but these are also very expensive. What? Really fantastic. Love them. And then I also wanted to give a shout out to the Adidas World Cup kits from this past summer, but I was going to choose my top design to another manufacturer, and that's Nike, who did the England kits, and specifically the goalkeeper kit of Mary Earp, because this kit was in high demand for a lot of fans who were watching England do a wonderful run in the World Cup, but they couldn't find it anywhere because Nike's like, we're not going to sell a goalkeeper kit. Nobody wants that.
And a ladies'
A ladies goalkeeper kit.
lady goalkeeper?
Jeez, we barely want to sell the ladies kit, let alone the goalkeeper kit. She kind of made a joke about it, or kind of called them out, and there was a lot of uproar. They finally did release it, and I believe it did quite well.
Yes.
So that is my number one, because I think ultimately the kit really stands in for the figure and the team you support, and this is a perfect example of that. And then, just like my worst, I have some others I didn't quite know what to do with. So we're looking at two portrait-based jerseys. We have the national, Bolivia's national team, and then we have the warm-up kit from Odense Bold Club.
This is like when somebody gets a questionable back tattoo, and you're like, okay, it's your body.
So first, the Bolivia is 2 shades of green. Left is light green, right is dark. You have the crest, but then there is a drawing of, I imagine, a former player on it, and I couldn't decide if I liked it or not. The drawing is done in kind of a comic book style. I don't know. What do you think?
I want to say maybe the two-tone kit itself takes away from the drawing a little bit, unless there's some deeper symbolism here.
And then we have Odense Bold Club, with their warm-up kit has a Nordic god with a gold Viking helmet that is catching lightning right at the point of their crest.
I 100% approve of this one.
You love this one?
I think
This is like a Fright Fest t-shirt from Great America. That's the style of rendering.
yeah, there's something about it that feels like you could buy it at a truck stop.
Yes, very truck stop.
Yeah, I like that.
Scandinavian
Yeah.
truck stop. So wasn't sure on those, but they definitely stood out in my search. And then there's 3 kits from MLS I can't decide if I like or hate.
I know, and I think
they
they're
are
brave.
all third kits. So we have New York Red Bull, and it is on a black kit, and it has all tags basically, but in white. And it says New York Red Bulls, the year, all sorts of things, but it looks like a tagged underpass or something like that. And then similar theme, Atlanta United's third kit is a black kit, and then it has ATL UTD repeated over in large, almost comical graffiti letters, green and blue. And then Toronto FC, I think it's their third kit also.
I think these are all third kits.
Yeah, and it is a multicolored kind of kaleidoscope with yellow accents and text. The color palette on that one I really like. But I see these and I see them in games and I can't decide. They definitely stand out. I think I actually really don't like the Atlanta one.
I think the Atlanta is my favorite out of the 3.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I
No, I'm
don't
not
know.
kidding you.
Seems like an old Looney Tunes. I know I've said this before. I don't know.
We had this
The
discussion when
graffiti
it
is so
came
fun.
out.
Okay, so what do you like about it?
Well, yeah, I think I'm the right age-wise demographic for like this kind of 90s. You say Looney Tunes, yeah, kind of Space Jammy nostalgia for this, but I mean, I'm not connected with Atlanta in this particular scene.
Yeah.
But it feels it just feels like itself. It feels fun. Yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't.
What about the Red Bull? It kind of works.
Yeah, I think
I'm on the fence on it. I don't know.
I think this is the beauty of third kits, is that they get to take these chances.
Yeah, it's true.
So why not make something that won't appeal to everyone? You know? So yeah, I think it's cool.
You coming in with hot takes.
Sorry. I'm just glad that they went for it. I think it's cool. I think all three are cool. If I had to rank, I would say Atlanta, Red Bull, Toronto.
Oh, I think I would do the opposite.
Yeah.
I do think the Toronto ones look a lot better in use, in play.
That's a factor too, is that all of these do look completely different in use.
And they're designed that way.
What you're going to actually wear. Because I remember when the Fire came out with their kit, we were pretty enthusiastic about it, and then watching them play, and immediately
they look like clown suits.
The white just goes transparent, and you can see like their tank top thing underneath, and like
their tech bra, whatever you call
bra,
them. Yeah,
and they chose black for some reason. White under that, but
So anyway, those are questions. I also was on the fence about the Bruce Lee kit from Seattle. I thought it looked good, but I don't know. But overall, there's so many kits out there.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about looking at these is more of these clubs and designers need to be more conscious of and directing to their sponsors about how that gets used. Because imagine if they were like artfully used down the sides or part of the kit. I get sick of over and over just seeing it plastered on the front.
Blammo. Yeah.
And you also get a sense of real quickly. In every league, there's teams. Well, MLS doesn't count because everything's done by MLS. That's why all the kits are kind of the same. That's why the numbers are all kind of the same. But in other leagues, you get a sense of which clubs have a design department and work with their sponsors, and which ones are like, okay, what Photoshop effect can we just throw on it this year? And a lot of those teams, like right on the cusp between leagues, you start to get a lot of those questionable ones, except for that Liverpool green one. Just so bad.
Yeah, that just feels like a left field choice.
Or like they had it laying around, like, oh, we never used this one. We have to use it.
Especially, I don't know, just thinking about too those photo shoots that they had at the start. And I remember specifically the Liverpool one was great.
Yeah.
They went for like the old man vibe, like the tweed pants
Yes,
and the red
I
shirt.
like that one.
It was great.
The photo shoot was great.
How does the green spectrum one factor in?
Maybe they're going for like 1990s Park League. Like throwback to the great like Sunday soccer leagues of the past. I don't know. Well, so we're going to continue our look at the past year in design and culture surrounding football. What are we going to talk about next week? What are you going to talk about? So we already did Crest. We just did Kids. I have a suggestion for next week.
What is that?
It might be a little more difficult.
Okay.
But could be interesting.
I am up for a challenge.
And maybe we might have to include some video for next week.
Okay.
But why don't we try to pick let's just focus on the best, maybe not the worst. Or maybe we could do best and worst. We could talk about it. But let's talk about like TIFO and supporter created in-game things. So that could be banners. Maybe that could be kind of how they activate at the beginning of a match. It could be something else that they create or do. I don't know. Maybe there's something else out there.
Yeah.
But so let's say best, and we could say worst. Supporter. Do we want to put it under actions or supporter creations? Supporter creations?
Supporter creations and moments.
Oh. Next week, the Footy Museum will review all the best and worst supporter creations and moments from 2023. There, that sounded official. So let's do that.
That was great.
Okay.
Nice microphone.
Anything else, Maria?
Go PSV!
Yes. My new favorite club. When I'm not following the traveling ASO
Unstoppable.
group, Chicago Fire. All right. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.